We have a studio guest in our studio, and we'll be talking about youth insecurity and safety affairs. To do justice to this topic, we have Ade Emmanuel, the National Director General, Coalition of Nigeria Youth Insecurity and Safety Affairs. Let's look at the issues of security, issues of insecurity, and then particularly talking decentralizing policing in Nigeria. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much. Good morning.
Thank you. Is it the way to go to decentralize policing in Nigeria?
Yes. It is high time we should be sincere and blunt. Gone are the days we try to balance issue with sentiment. At this point, that the country is in total disarray, that myself and you cannot shy away from. It is a known fact that the general policing can no more hold ground. The IG is not in Ondo State. He has CP there. Now, go to local government levels. You discover that you get to some police station, they only have 10, 15 personnel. A local government that have more than 10,000 population. So automatically they will be incapacitated of carrying out their duty the way they should. And going to these divisions too, they don't have effective cars or healers. Needed equipment for policing is not on ground. Technology is not there. So decentralizing policing is the way to go. State policing should be taken with serious priority. Just 3 days ago, the IG is talking about community policing, that they want to take it to it. What has happened to it all the way? Now that people have started protesting, those that have been trained, money have been collected from them, and they have not received salary for the past 1 year, believing that whatsoever they have spent during the training, that they will be able to get it back to begin to take care of their family. And these young guys has been equipped with the knowledge of carrying arms. And now you are not paying them. Automatically they will look for, and that has actually increased the level of insecurity in the country. So once and for all, let state policing come to be. And that is the sincere truth. And that will help a lot, whereby every state governor will now know that policing is now their priority, without shying away from it. That anything that happens within their state, they should be held responsible. But a situation whereby the governor and the CP of the state is in a serious loggerhead, like it happens in Rivers State between Wike and the CP and some generals, you come up and say you people are the problem.
All right, okay. So over time, we'll always clamor for what we think is a solution to something. But we have a template on ground. For example, we have vigilantes, in noticeable vigilantes, as in formal corporate vigilantes in different states of the country. And then let me talk about the Amotekun in Ondo State. But we saw the recent attack on one church there with the presence of Amotekun. Till today, they're still talking about corporates being brought to book, and it is fizzling out gradually. So do you think that state policing, with all these things happening, do you think it will solve the problem that we, so much talked about?
Now, in the past 1 year to this time, the level of effective security in Ondo State has changed drastically, that the Amotekun so far, the criminals that have been arrested in the state so far have been arrested by Amotekun. If you go for background check, you see, if not for the intervention of Amotekun in Ondo State, I'm from Ondo State, that is my state, Akoko to be precise. If Amotekun has not come to be candid with you, every citizen in Akoko land would have packed out of their houses and look for alternative place to go and live. Because Akoko became at a point in time a place nobody can pass through again. Kidnapping on daily basis. The attack in Owo, to the best of the knowledge of some of us has targeted to be political. When the incident happened, personally I called the CP, and the CP told me I had just been called, and I told him, I said, let all the routes that goes out of Owo be blocked. We have police officers in uniform. We have in Iduani. We have in from Owo, you pass through Oba, going to Akoko. Those routes and access should be blocked. If these things were done 20 minutes immediately that incident happened, those criminals wouldn't have passed away out of that local areas. They would have been apprehended. It is because community policing was not effective. There is no effective synergy between the citizens and the security apparatus of the state, whereby easily the CP nor the brigade general there should have called every youth leader in every local community. Please mobilize your youth to block social place for us. Mobilize your youth to block social place for us. The criminals wouldn't have escaped. But there is no this effective synergy. So, but to be candid with you, Amotaku is working in Ondo State. And so far so good. The level of criminal activities in Ondo State has reduced drastically from 100% to 30%. And I must be sincere with you to this extent, that the governor is working, the Amotaku commander, even the CP, is really working. But just that he does not have that full support, this needed, security gadgets needed, it's not there. If you go and say you want to go for tracking, the police will still have to refer you to a private company where they does tracking.
Okay, I understand what you're saying, but recently we saw the federal government coming out to say we cannot allow them bear arms. Now, another worry is the fact that they will personalize this issue of state policing, that state governors will use their might to see that, you know, it is ours, it is mine, and then they'll take advantage of it. This has been the major problem or the issue. How do you think we can resolve this problem?
You see, every governor will want to make sure that his or her state is peaceful, so that foreign investors can see their state as a safe state where they can come to invest. And that is a sincere truth. It means that every state that has state policing, it means that the governor must do everything at its own priority to make sure that the state is safe. And that is the purpose. So now the fear of some persons, not some quarter, is that it now means that the governor now has power. The constitution says the governor is the chief security officer of the state. But the truth is that, are we sincere with that word? Whereby the general will be doing something else? I still remember before this present general came on board, the one that left, he has a serious loggerhead with the governor. At a point in time, he requested all his soldiers on the road should leave the road. All the soldiers left. So there is this loggerhead. But the fear of some quarter is that it will be used as an advantage to fight opposition. But let us look at the positive aspect, not the negative aspect. There is nothing that has positive aspect that does not have negative. But when the positive is more than the negative, it means we have edge. So we must begin to look at the positive impact of state policing, that the governor will not be, because the governor will look at it that I am paying these people. Automatically, they must execute the purpose why they are brought on board. Then we are talking about vigilante. Has vigilante also enjoyed the government partnership? Most of them are taking personal risks on their own, coming out to fight, coming out to join the security agencies to go to the forest without giving them anything. So if you give them backup, they will work effectively and they will deliver. Even outside that too, we also have the Peace Corps. The bill is being sidelined because some persons felt it's a serious threat.
The better people, we have so many of them. We have Fisher, we have we have these, everybody.
The truth is this. The truth is this. In our schools today, are we not supposed to have security agencies in our schools? Today, our schools are porous because there is nobody there to give report, nor an account of what is happening. Even if you are not going to start paying these people, get them engaged. 90% of these people are youth. When they are engaged, they interface with their fellow youth, and that will also help to curb the level of insecurity in the country. Get Peace Corps, Manowar, Boy Scout, Boys Brigade, all these organizations are youth organizations. Bring them on board, meshing them together, and get them engaged. Automatically, it means that we now have more numbers of eyes of security agencies in our community.
In 1 minute, Nigeria is 62. Are you hopeful? What is your call on the federal government, and what is your call on Nigerian citizens as we mark 62 years of independence?
Well, Nigeria at 62. Is there any different from then and now for the past 62 years? What development have we have so far? But we are confident because the citizens are resolute that a better Nigeria can be achieved. If our fathers, our parents of the past has failed us, if what our heroes past has been betrayed by our uncles who took over leadership after them, the younger generations, those that are clamoring for the change that we want, that will bring a better Nigeria where parents, our uncles cannot sleep with two eyes closed, can be achieved. And on this note, I've met different persons, different groups so far for the past 2 years that have come on board as the Director General, Coalition of Nigerian Youth on Security and Safety Affairs. We have 60 organizations registered under CONISA that have focus and our mandate are on making sure that our communities are saved. And we are engaging youth in all spheres on peace and unity
in Nigeria.
So if this can be supported by the government, the way the citizens are ready, we can have a peaceful country. Thank
you very much, Ade Emmanuel. We've been speaking with him, and he's the National Director General, Coalition of Nigeria Youth in Security and Safety Affairs. We're hopeful. Thank you very much. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, Samex is standing by. Don't touch your TV.